Good evening all, and welcome to the post-race reviews for the Racecraft Simulations Australian Formula Ford E-Series Round 9. Right, Ty, what do you got for us first?
Well, we've only got gold to review tonight, so there's wasn't a silver race, so we've got nothing from silver tonight. There's only 3 post-race appeals and/or protests to look at tonight. Everything during the race was completed in live, so there's a couple here that we're going to go back and have a look at that have been requested. So first one is going to be, I think you've got that one spooled up, so car 32, lap 4. This is against car 79.
All right.
So this will be the last corner.
Let's call that.
Confirm.
It's an interesting one. Do you want to go to the inside?
Wow, it's cool. Racing, isn't it?
I mean, the car down the inside is at 79. Yeah, I mean,
Well, he's in front.
clear overlap.
Well, more than overlap.
And now in front. Yeah,
he's in front.
He's in front. He's not hitting the car in front at all. Doesn't look like it. And then the car in the middle turns in on him. I mean,
well, he's either going to do that or hit 32, isn't he?
And 32 is yeah. I mean, the car in the middle's kind of squeezed.
So he's got 32 cars to the right.
And is it 32 on the outside? So yeah, I mean, he obviously doesn't realise it's 3 wide. All of a sudden, it's turning in like it's 2 wide. So, I mean, at least looking at it, looks.
It's pretty racing to me. 95's going to hit, either going to hit 32 or the other one, and probably didn't have time to stand on the brakes either.
Yep. I mean, technically 32 didn't leave enough room for 2 cars, but I mean, the car down the inside wasn't there a second beforehand, and I don't think car 32 really would have been aware of that. Given 2 cars over and it's all of a sudden 3 wide, he's turned in like it's 2 wide, and that's unfortunately happened. So I don't think we can put any penalty there. That's just unfortunate.
Yes.
I mean, at
see what the follow-on is from that.
I mean, at best, the car in the middle could have had seen it all sort of happening. Could have probably saved a bit of an incident there, but not on him to do so. I'm just going to have a quick look if there was anything pulled up during the race. Okay, whose car? 95 was involved. Okay, yep. So we've got this in the race. It was reviewed. Car 79, lap 4, car 95, causing incident, no further action. So racing incident on the night. So this is just looking at it from a different car's perspective. But I would suggest that that's the same.
Yeah, that's a no further for me.
Yep, and it was on the night. Okay, perfect. All right, next one is going to be in the feature race, I believe.
Yep.
Car 54, lap 1. Now, it doesn't specifically say feature or sprint, but this is car 32 against car 54. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's
He's kind of
I think he's kind of moving
not
from the
hitting
car in
guy
front as well.
Yeah.
The guy on the left in front looks like he sort of touches the grass. I'd be trying to avoid him as well, but he's also quite slow.
It's not there yet.
Trying to go cockpit from 54 as well. Sees the car there, goes, yeah. I mean, if you were looking at it from the perspective of the car behind and saying, you know, he's deliberately blocked me and turned into me, then
Don't think he was a consideration.
I would say that's, my interpretation of that is that he was just following the cars in front. There was a slow car on the outside and he was moving across. So I don't think there was any deliberate intention to block the car behind or hit him.
No, I don't think so. He's not quite there yet, either.
Yep. No, that's true.
Still no further for me.
So just go back for a second. The car 32, there was obviously no overlap and there was still space on the outside. Car 54 still. Yeah. Look, I don't think there was any deliberate actions there. That looked a lot more like he was, and still is, to the side of the car 54 still going around the car that he moved to avoid. So I think that's just.
Hard lines by the looks of it.
Yeah. Does he get it? Does he? He might.
Do it.
Look at that. There you go. All right.
That's no further from me.
No further. All right, and this last one is going to be car 26, lap 17, and this was a 10-second penalty on the night.
So that's the box.
Well, you know which one we're looking at.
Yeah.
Do you remember this one? 26 and car 34.
So having a good hard think about it.
There we go.
Yeah. So it's up here. Boom. No. Well, that's on 34 for me.
Yeah, so have you got the I won't read it all out, but
I think I've got it.
protest. Do you want to go on board for car 26 and see if they turned to deliberately block car 34?
Turning around the corner.
Yeah, looks that way. So
even then, it was like it wasn't really turning hard with the corner. Like he's really turning.
yeah, it looks like he's turned into the corner a little bit early. I mean, he's obviously turning in from a defensive line as well. He's already defensive at this point. I mean, that view looks like there's a gap. Looks like he gets alongside him.
He's turning in though. Like his ass is. He's come across. You can see his ass like kick out to the right there. So he's now turning.
Can you go from above?
Yeah. He's turning before there was even any overlap there as well.
So I guess the question is he turning in terms of
There's a corner
normally
there.
taking the corner, taking the line, or is he turning into...
There's a corner.
I think he's turning before the move's even made, so...
Yeah, way before.
I'm wondering if a penalty, though, like if it's more of a racing incident, I don't know if that was really avoidable from car 34 looking at it, like he's
gone for it. He's turning now.
Yeah, that's... That is a,
I mean, he's racing hard. He's gone for it, but I don't think he got turned in on. I think he's just turning. There's grass ahead of him.
Yep, no, I agree.
We could probably...
So, what I'm looking at is...
It's like a crab.
Yeah. what I'm looking at is the overlap. I mean, if he had overlap, if he's entitled to space, if the car on the outside is then not provided space to a car that's already got overlap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a car alongside going down the inside and he's already got overlap, but it looks to me like car 26 has already started turning in before car 34 gets that overlap. I think it's kind of very fine cutting hairs at this point, so...
David was like, nope, not want to borrow that. He did not.
He did. Very well. Very good defensive driving there. So if car 34
he's sort of cutting across in front of Damon there as well.
Yeah. So if car 34 already had overlap before car 26 was turning in, then, you know, car 26 is...
He just cooked it.
Kind of has got to give him space, but I think car 26 is already turning in before car 34 gets overlap, and therefore that's kind of... Car 26 is already on his line, already turning, already on his line, and car 34 has then forced the issue. So I'm happy to sit. Now, it doesn't matter if car 26 is turning in early. No. He's on a defensive line. He can turn in whenever he likes, as long as car 34 didn't already have overlap. And I think that...
So he's turning there. He's turning.
So just pause it before the overlap. Go back a little bit. So go back to where car... So just no, go forward a little bit. Somewhere here. Now go to 26. Is he already turning? Buckets.
He's opened the wheel a little bit. I think he was turning before.
So, yeah, go. Yeah, he's turned. Yep.
He's turning now, and then he's opened up the wheel. He's even kind of seen him and opened up the wheel.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's why. All his artists come out again. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
No, I don't think he has either.
For me, that still stands.
Yep. No, I don't think car 34 had sufficient overlap to be entitled to that space on the track. I think car 26 had already picked his line, had already started turning before overlap was gained. And it was on car 34 to then avoid the incident and should have backed out.
Yeah, I mean, he probably already made the decision he was going to go for it. It just didn't work out.
Well, he'd made that decision to go for it and committed to it, and then it was entirely on car 26 to make the pass work and avoid an incident. I don't think car 34 had the ability to avoid it at that point, so it was just a little bit too late.
Yep. Agreed.
I can't lay any fault on car 26 or attribute any fault to car 26 for the incident. I don't think that turning in a little bit early was in reaction to car 34, crisscrossing and trying to go for a dive. I think he was just taking a defensive line and tightening up to try and defend that corner.
Yep. Just watching the crab. It's a great crab.
All right. 10-second penalty remains, car 34.
Yep. That was a quick and easy one.
Done. Did you want? So there's one other one. There was one from last week that was questioned.
Road Atlanta. We did discuss this one. That was Deeth.
Yep. So we had. I don't think we streamed last week because there wasn't really anything there. But there was a question raised. There were people that early disconnected. Everyone that got an early disconnection gets a 1 race ban. There was one person that the comments that I put into the steward's run sheet were he deliberately DQ'd himself by not serving a black flag, and he didn't get a 1 race suspension, even though he basically disconnected early. But we don't have a rule there about someone who gets DQ'd. If you get DQ'd, that doesn't give you you don't get suspended if you get DQ'd. Whether or not you deliberately DQ'd yourself or not, so maybe there's a bit of a loophole there, but we can't then penalise someone for something that's not actually in the rules at the moment. So we may need to revise that if that's something that happens again.
Yeah, and we agree we know fair well exactly what happened, but like you said, it's a bit of a loophole. We just don't have a framework to penalise that.
Yep, and that's not going to change for the last race of the season, so that'll be something we'll look at next season. We'll have a chat about whether we update the rules to say that if you get DQ'd, that kind of implies you get a 1 week suspension as well, but I don't know if that'll be the case. We'll have a chat about it.
Yeah.
But that is the reason why that person last week or in round 8, didn't get a 1 race suspension, because after getting DQ'd, even if they deliberately DQ'd themselves.
Yeah, but yeah, we acknowledge that, that happened. We discussed it. we just sat there going, we have no idea what to do about this.
Yep.
So,
yep.
If we're going to do it by the book, unfortunately there's no book. We'll certainly revise that going into next season.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, that is all ticked off. That's all complete, and everything for the round 9 is now up to date. So let's just points and results.
Yeah, and results will come quicker because. The Formula Ford, just the reason why it usually comes late is because it's a thorn in my butt, because we've got basically a combined grid and there's a lot of mucking around. There's not a lot of automatic stuff going on in the background, so a lot of it's manual. But now that it's only gold, that should be quicker. Definitely get the leaderboard updated very shortly.
Well, that's a lot of people that didn't complete 75% of the race distance or disconnected early in gold then get dropped to the bottom of the silver grid as well in terms of points. So then you've got to rejig all of the silver points to make up for that. So it's a little bit of manual effort, right?
Yeah, it is. With that not required, points will be up pretty quick. So thanks for your patience in the previous weeks. Shouldn't have a problem.
Perfect.
Right, guys. Well, we'll see you next Tuesday. Not a lot of rounds to go, so get involved if you've been a bit dormant. We openly welcome any newcomers or people returning, so get involved. All right, good night.
Thanks, everyone.